Hello everyone, welcome back to Prashuta Fin School. So yes, PwC have announced their Apprenticeship 2026 program. So if you are someone who is pursuing your BBA, BCom or maybe any other similar non-technical graduation program, you are eligible to apply. So what is this program and why should you apply and how BCom and BBA students can get shortlisted is what we are going to discuss in this particular session. All right, so let's get started with this. So first we will answer why this season. Many students will apply for this program with PwC because this program is something which is live since last 2.5 weeks and have a deadline on 11th of March 2026. So do not expect the competition to be between hundred of thousand of students, but it would be with thousand or lakhs of students, right? Because people will be applying, graduates will be applying across India. But never reach, but most of the candidate will never reach the interview stage. The main reason is 80% of you will be applying without even knowing the job responsibilities. You guys will be applying without even knowing what accounting basic skills you should be prepared before your interview. You will be applying with poor Excel skills, and above that you will be applying with a resume which is not ATS friendly for this particular opportunity. So out of those lakhs of students, you will never be able to reach to recruiter because you will be rejected by ATS itself. So today in this session we are going to fix all of these problems that you might face to get your application converted into a offer letter. So let's start with this session. Going ahead, before going ahead, what this PwC role is all about. So PwC is hiring for GRC risk consulting, which is into their advisory team. This role focuses mainly on risk analysis, compliance assessment, financial data analysis, and supporting consulting teams. So you will work with PwC clients along with their internal team, and you can be one of the important liaison between the client and the internal team, where you might be doing data analysis, presenting the reports to the stakeholder as and when needed. And yes, you will be hired as an apprentice for 12 months, and as per your performance you can get a full-time opportunity as well. So this is exactly your pathway to enter into one of the big four company if just after completing your graduation. So do not skip this particular season if you're planning to apply for this particular program, because if you are applying strategically, then chances of getting selected is way higher as compared to other students who are applying for the same opportunity available, right? So before going ahead, you should understand, right, what you will actually do if you will get selected in this particular role. So your key responsibilities should include, as per the job description, is identifying and analyzing the financial risks that is involved, supporting compliance assessments, working on risk management and frameworks, preparing data analysis and reports, collaborating with the consulting teams. So overall, if I would say, this is not a pure accounting job, but it is finance plus risk consulting work. Along with this, you are getting an opportunity to communicate directly with clients, directly with the internal team members. So this is definitely going to give you a wide range of exposure just after completing your BCom or BBA, right? So what are the technical skills that will help you to get selected or at least get shortlisted for interview? The preferred skills as per the JDR: MS Excel, you should know basic of MS Excel. What exact skills you should know, we will be discussing going ahead in the further slides. Along with that, PowerPoint. Why PowerPoint is important here? Because the role is more inclined toward client communication and communicating with the internal team, which directly represents that you will be someone who will be working more into presenting the research reports, right? For that you should know use how to use PowerPoint so that you can accumulate all the research into a simple ready to use a presentation, so that you can convey the message or convey the results of a particular research with the clients or maybe the team members. Then data analysis ability, you should be having a good data analysis ability so that you can analyze the data and put out and frame the data in a way that it is understandable to the concerned stakeholder. Excel is used for financial analysis and reporting both. So if you are someone who is planning to apply for this program, you should know at least pivot table using MS Excel. If you know this, then already you are one of the top applicant for this particular program. Going ahead, you should also know accounting basics fundamental. Why accounting still matters even this is not a core accounting job? Because assume that you are a fresher, so recruiter do not have a wide area of question to access your technical knowledge or your basic fundamental knowledge, because obviously you will not be having the right knowledge regarding consulting, regarding compliances, regarding any other stuff that you will be doing in this particular role. But you should have good knowledge about accounting fundamentals, because whatever role you apply for in finance, in stock market, maybe in accounting, maybe in taxation, as a fresher, 70 to 80% of the questions will come from the accounting fundamental itself, and the accounting fundamentals that you have already read in your 11th, 12th, and 3 years of graduation. So if you are good with this, then definitely you would be one of the right candidate, or maybe you would be one of the top candidate who can get selected in this particular program. So what are the things you should revise before applying, or maybe after applying, applying this program, and before getting the HR call? You should be well versed with financial statements. You should be well versed with accounting logic. What are accounting logic? Maybe accounting equation. And accounting equation is not exactly what you have to answer what is accounting equation, but how accounting equation is being useful in the day-to-day business operations. Along with that, the concepts, let's say accrual concepts. So how accrual concept is helpful for day-to-day business operations, and how it is relevant with the real world business environment, right? This is exactly what you should expect the type of question will be asked, but not what is accrual concept, what is accounting equation, what is accounting. This is the questions you should not expect from at least a big four company in the interview. You should only expect the questions that would help you to interlink your accounting basic logic to real world business scenarios. Along with that, business transactions, you should understand the real world business transactions, which we say journal entries. If you are able to if you are well versed, or if you are able to explain the journal entries in your interview, then definitely you will be getting selected for any role that is open, not only this PwC apprenticeship role, but any role that is open with Big Four or any other top accounting firm. Because even for financial risk analysis, it starts with understanding of basic accounting. If you do not know basic and accounting, then how would you measure the financial risk, and how you will analyze the risk that might come in a particular project? I hope you got a clarity on why accounting skills matter in this particular role, which is not into core accounting as well. Then followed by what are the Excel skills they may test. They may test your the Excel skills like VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. Do not expect they will ask you formula of VLOOKUP, or they will ask you what is VLOOKUP. Instead, they will ask you, you have X data, you have to do Y thing, then what formula should you use? Then you should be able to explain that this particular stuff can be done using VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, or maybe any other technique using MS Excel. Then you can expect questions like where VLOOKUP is being used, what all data type, or what are the certain day-to-day responsibilities that can be done using VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. To answer this, you should know in detail what is VLOOKUP, what is XLOOKUP, where and how we should use VLOOKUP, and how helpful it is for a professional working in accounting, or maybe in tax department, or maybe in consulting department, so that VLOOKUP make our day-to-day work easier. You should understand each and everything about this. If you are someone who think only understanding or only remembering the formula of this of VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or maybe any other stuff would help, then no, you will never be asked formula of VLOOKUP. You will be asked how to implement VLOOKUP and where to implement VLOOKUP, right? Followed by pivot tables. Let's say you will be given a sort data, maybe of a sales data of a particular company, or maybe a financial data of a particular company, and you will be asked to create a particular chart, or maybe a particular analysis out of the data. Not maybe giving you access of or maybe doing it as a practical access, because the data can be sought, and you just have to explain how to analyze this data using pivot table. That is what it is, right? You will not be asked what is pivot table, why pivot table is being used, but you will be asked to analyze real-time data using pivot table in your interviews, followed by sorting and filtering. The same goes for sorting and filtering. These are the very basic tools or very basic techniques in using MS Excel, and that comes in day-to-day responsibilities of a consultant or maybe a tax analyst or maybe an accountant. So you might get questions like how sorting and filtering can help you as a consultant at PwC or maybe as a professional at PwC for this particular job description. Then your answer should be aligning with your roles and responsibility, what you will be doing here at PwC, and in this job role, how sorting and filtering is going to help you. If you are able to explain the same, then the interviewer will get two clarity. One, okay, you are well versed with the job description, you understand what is your role over here, and second, you know how to do your job. So how to do your job using MS Excel, to be more precise, right? So if you are able to explain all those things to the recruiter or maybe to the interviewer, then definitely you are going to get clear this particular job opportunity, right? With this apprenticeship opportunity, right? Then basic financial data analysis. Maybe you will not be asked, to do a very advanced data analysis, financial data analysis. They might ask you to do a very basic financial data analysis using pivot table, maybe using basic filtration, etc. So if you know how to use Excel, how to use this pivot table, very basic level, you will be easily and above that you understand the job description or maybe your day-to-day KPIs for this particular program, then you will be easily able to answer this, because the questions will not be advanced level, but they will be very basic level questions with real world business exposure to it. That's it. No theoretical knowledge will help you, but no only theoretical knowledge will help you, I would rather say. But theoretical knowledge along with touch of a real world business scenario is what going to help you in such kind of role where your competition are not hundred of applicants but lakhs of applicants over here. Then because here even basic Excel knowledge help you stand out, because take it from me, guys, if there are 100 students applying for this, 95 of them will not be knowing what is pivot table, how to use pivot table, what is VLOOKUP, how to use VLOOKUP. If you know this, you are in the top 5% of the applicants, and definitely you are going to get selected over here. Then the most important thing comes here, why many resumes gets rejected. See, any job application, not only this, any job application you are applying for, 80% of the applications get rejected by ATS. Only 20% of them get filtered out and is being screened by real human or real HR professionals. So where do you want to stay? In the 80% who get eliminated by a software without even being visible to a human, or in the 20% where at least you are visible to a human, you got an opportunity to sit in the interview, then as per your skill or as per your ability, you cracked it, or maybe you got rejected, but at least you should deserve a chance to sit in the interview, right? This is exactly where 80% of you will fail to do, with very common mistakes that every fresher they do, because you do not understand how hiring happens. So what we do, we use very generic resume. In our profile summary or maybe in our resume summary, we mention, right, I am a hard working BCom graduate looking ahead to start my career in a growing company where I can excel my skills in order to help the team to grow. This is something a recruiter don't want to see in your CV, or at least this is something which ATS will never scan or will get you eliminated every time you apply for any role. So do not use generic resumes. Instead, use such keywords, use such resume headlines, use such resume summary, which will help you to get shortlisted in the ATS screening, or maybe when HR sees your profile, you are getting shortlisted by seeing those keywords. For example, you have to mention, I am a BCom fresher with dash 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 skills looking ahead for a career in Big Four, or maybe more precisely looking ahead for a career in PwC in a consulting or maybe a risk consulting role. So this is exactly what ATS will screen. ATS will screen whether you have mentioned anything that is relevant to the job description or not. Followed by, you do not mention any accounting keywords. You mention, I am a hard worker, multi-talented. Maybe someone have mentioned, self-discipline. will do you think ATS will screen or ATS will apply filters to find out people who are hardworking? No, right? They will find people who have mentioned accounting skills, like maybe finance journal entries, maybe performing some accounting stuffs like accounts receivable, accounts payable, or maybe relevant to this particular opening with PwC. They will be applying keywords like financial statement analysis, Power BI, etc. Along with that, no Excel skills mentioned. Where this is a role which is a Excel heavy, which has Excel heavy content into it. You should mention the Excel skills that you actually know. You should mention that you know Power BI. You should mention any project that you have done using using pivot table. You should know pivot table. What other skills like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or maybe any other lookup that you know, you should mention it clearly, because you are a fresher and you have an entire one page to mention your skills. Do not submit a half page CV or maybe two-page CV by adding a lot of free certifications, a lot of online certifications that will never get you help. Only one or two certifications with aligns with this particular job description. Along with that, one or two project with aligns with this particular job description. Along with that, your technical skills should be at least have 15 key skills that aligns with the job description. If you are not following this, you will never be able to get a chance to sit in the interview, because you will be rejected by ATS at the very first moment, right? So do these things properly. Do these things properly. Prepare first. Prepare basics of accounting, not theoretically, but having some real world business linkage with it. Second, make a resume that is ATS friendly. If you want a proper guidance how to make it, how to prepare, I will help you with this at the end of the session. But before that, we will let's understand few examples that will help you to get shortlisted through ATS screening for this particular program at least. All right. So you have to add keyword like financial analysis, risk management, compliance, MS Excel, data analysis. This increase your shortlisting chances. But where to use, how to use, where to add this keyword also make a lot of sense in order to get you shortlist, right? You have to apply those keywords very strategically in and around your CV at every key section of your CV, so that you can be one of the top applicant. So this is exactly what we will be helping you. Let's say in our 30 days accounting and US tax program, which is costing you only 99 rupees for 30 days, and you will be having lifetime access of this particular content. We have helped more than 1500 students till time since we have launched this program since last 1.5 months, and more than 30-40 students have already started receiving calls from Amazon, IBM, Accenture, Genpact, and HSBC and S&P Global as well. Before even completing this 30 days program, they are in the 15th or 20th day of this program, and they have already started receiving calls. So if you are someone who do not know how hiring happens, you do not know what HR check or how ATS screens your CV, or maybe who do not know how to answer strategically the theories that you have read during your graduation, then this particular program is for you. Because in this program we will be having 6 modules. In the first module, we will be helping you understand what different job roles and responsibilities you can expect after completing your BCom, MBA, or BBA, or any other non-technical or finance related graduation program or PG programs that is more focused toward US taxation, maybe more focused toward accounting areas, SAP end users, that is account receivables, account payable, record to report, etc. So in the first module, you will be getting a detailed overview of what you should apply, what aligns with your skill, and what roles you should focus for. In the second module, we will help you understand accounting fundamentals, not in a way that is already being taught to you in your schools and colleges, but in a way that interviewer expect you to answer in the interview. In the third module, we will help you understand how to answer strategically, self-introduction, where do you see yourself in next 5 years, maybe your strengths, your weakness, or any other such personal questions which you would feel is quite easy to answer. But if you are not answering it strategically, These are the main areas where interviewer can reject you. The fourth module will focus on US tax and basics. We will help you learn the basics of US tax and that will help you to crack any role, any US tax or US consultant role in Big Four or top accounting or tax and firms. In the fifth module, we will help you learn MS Excel basics for interviews, which will help you to learn only that much of MS Excel which is required for a professional to start their career in accounting or maybe in US tax or related area roles, right? Then followed by most important, with 80 to 90% of applicants get rejected, is your profile and CV positioning. We will help you optimize your Naukri profile and your CV so that you comes as one of the top applicant for any job opening in this relevant area of US tax, accounting and SAP end user, right? So if you are someone who is being applying, for number of jobs and not getting shortlist or not getting interview calls, then definitely you should check out this program. Or if you are someone who is seriously looking at to get shortlist or maybe get convert this particular opportunity with PwC to a real world or maybe to a real world work experience or maybe into a offer letter, then definitely this program may help you. If you follow this program strictly, this program will definitely help you to perform better in the interviews, or maybe at least to improve your visibility and get you shortlisted in this particular opening. So that's all for today, guys. We will bring some more helpful videos like how to crack your tax and rule with Deloitte, Accenture, Genpact, and many other top firms with various other SAP and users role as well in recent times. So you can subscribe this particular channel, and you can visit our website. You will get the link to enroll in this particular program. And in case you have any queries, reach out to us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp link is in our website. That's it for today, guys. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Take care and bye bye.